I got a lot of comments on my last video asking about note making, about active recalls, and all of them coming down to the same thing that I study everything, I understand it in the session, and then 2 weeks later it's gone. And as a medical graduate, I cannot agree more to this issue. And today I'll show exactly why that happens and the system that actually stops it.
Reasons to make it hard without you. Hard without you. Because back then I could do.
Whatever we study, the first thing that comes to our mind is, will this stay with me in the long term? And the most common complaint we all have is, I study, I understand, but then 2 weeks later it's completely blank. We all question our memory. Is it my memory? But no, it's not the memory. Your memory is fine. It's the timing. And once you understand why forgetting happens, the fix becomes obvious. Let me show you the science behind it first, because this changes everything. Hermann Ebbinghaus, he was a German psychologist who spent years remembering nonsense syllabus to test exactly how fast humans forget. And what he found is the reason why we forget everything 2 weeks later. He has given this curve. It's called the forgetting curve. In the x-axis, there are number of days, and y-axis has the percentage of retention. So, what the experiment says is, on day 1 when you study something, the retention is close to 100%. On day 3, without any review, 40% of it is already gone. On day 7, 60% gone. And on day 14, almost 80% is gone. Now, this is not a you problem. This is just a simple biology. Your brain discards what it does not use repeatedly. It's just being efficient. You are just not giving it the signal that this information matters to you. And here's what that signal looks like. Every time you retrieve a memory, you reset the forgetting curve. Not from the same point, but from a higher point. You review on day 3, it resets, and then it fades slower. You review on day 7, it resets again and it fades even slower. Review on day 14, the memory significantly becomes more stable. And when you review on day 30, it becomes close to permanent. Now this retrieval is what resets the curve, better timing and not more studying. Now I'll show you the system that makes this happen. But before that, if you want to know about the psychologist and the experiment in more detail, you can look it up on Google. And here's the system. One page at the back of your notebook where you have made your planner. Make the columns, write the topic, the date learned, and then day 3, day 7, day 14, and day 30. After you finish any topic, write it here, write today's date, and calculate 4 review dates. And every morning you come back here and scan for today's date. Whatever matches, it gets recalled first. Close your book, write everything that you remember, and then check, tick. Simple. But is it really that simple? Because the science says to space your reviews, we have made a system to do that. But here is what most of us miss. Spaced repetition, it only works if you have understood the topic properly first. Memorizing and then reviewing the memorized facts, it's just spacing the confusion. And let me show you what I mean using the topic that I avoided the longest. So all of us have that one topic which we avoid for the longest, right? For me that happened to be cardio. Too many features, too many things to memorize, and I just did not seem to remember it. So let's take a simple example of congenital heart disease, one of the most high yield topics. I used to memorize the 2 separate lists and then forget them within a week after the exam. Then I asked one simple question: which direction is the blood shunting? If it's left to right, it's acyanotic, and if it's right to left, it's cyanotic. Why? Because in left to right, the oxygenated blood from the left side leaks into the right, and then it goes back to the lungs. It's a wasted trip, but it's still oxygenated, and that is why the baby is pink. And in right to left shunt, the deoxygenated blood from the right side of the body, it goes directly to the whole body, and it bypasses the lungs completely. It never gets oxygenated. That is why the baby turns blue. And the exam favorite, the Eisenmenger syndrome. When a left to right shunt is left untreated, it causes pulmonary hypertension. The pressure builds up until the shunt reverses. Now the left to right, it becomes right to left. A cyanotic becomes cyanotic. Now that's not a fact to memorize, that's just a direction changing. Understand the direction and Eisenmenger is obvious. Now that you know the framework of the disease, you don't have to memorize them as random facts. All of your T's are right to left shunt, that is all blue, and all your AST, VST, and PDA are left to right shunt, that is all pink. But watch out for Eisenmenger. You can use the mnemonic for listing, and then both of them together you will never forget it. And like I have always said, this is not just for medicine or MBBS. Use this concept of framework building in any subject that you are studying and see it for yourself how that helps you. Now here's where the spaced repetition comes in. The 2 ticks in my planner beside cardio. Day 3 and then day 7. Same brain and 2 retrievals. So day 14 is coming up this week and it is going to feel harder than day 7. I'll explain why. But before that I want to show you the exact mistake most people make when they hit day 14. So here's the very interesting counterintuitive thing about memory that changes how we feel about the hard review sessions. And psychologists call it desirable difficulty. The harder your brain has to work to retrieve something, the stronger the memory that gets formed. What happens is, during easy recall, your brain barely works, that means weak memory. And then hard recall, your brain works hard, that means strong memory. That is why your day 14 feels brutal. So the mistake most people make at day 14 is, they open the book because the recall feels too hard. And they reset nothing. The rule is absolute. Always write first, no matter how hard it feels. Even if only 2 things come out, just do it. The 2 hard retrieved things are worth more than the 20 reread ones. The difficulty is the mechanism, so don't avoid it and use it. I want to be honest about something. When I came back to books, I realized I forgot a lot of things that I had studied back then, and the only things that I still remember are those that I had understood with concept, and that makes me realize more about the importance of framework. So memory is nothing but your better understanding, your better timing, your technique, and your consistency. That is all this is, and that's all that you need. All those people who have excelled in their respective fields, it's not because they have any superpower. It's just that they have figured out the technique that fits them and then they are consistent with it. So why not we do that with ourselves? So right after this video, pick one topic that you studied this week and write it down in your tracker. Write the date, calculate the 4 days, day 3, day 7, day 14 and day 30. That's your commitment. On day 3, close the book, write everything that you remember, and then check it. One topic in 1 month you would already have done 5 reviews. So tell me in the comments which topic are you starting with. And next week I'll show you my day 14 results, real numbers, real retention, whether the difficulty of the day 14 actually produced a stronger memory than day 3 and day 7. Let's do this together, because at the end of the day, it's all in the mind, and there is truly nothing we cannot do when we decide to show up. See you next week. Till then, prepare your own repetition tracker and let me know how that worked out for you.